Death is not the end of life. Death is just a departure for the spirit world, which is our true home in the afterlife. Can the same be said for this game? Can the virtual afterlife as explored in this game be our true home, or just a halfway house before our ultimate demise? With a diverse set of issues exploring love, hopes, memories, survival and death, we are presented with a deep and meaningful game that to some players will find very thought-provoking and engaging. Welcome to the world of Continue 98765432110. Inspired by the existential road trips and near-death experience of the developer Jason Oda, his arty and rather philosophical title follows the journey of one of 6 recently deceased characters as they descend from their last moments in game into the virtual underworld, a place to which video game sprites, graphics and characters travel to be permanently deleted. At the beginning of this third-person adventure game, you will meet up with other characters who, like you, are on the brink of deletion and merely have accepted their fate and are just waiting for the inevitable. As you journey deeper into the world, you are faced with the virtual afterlife's equivalent of death, known as the Garbage Collector, a sentient being whose sole purpose it is to delete all life in the realm, including yours. It is your job essentially to survive as long as possible by exploring towns and escaping its wrath. Journeying to each town, you talk to the townspeople and gather up prayers and lightning, both of which are essential for progression and survival. Lightning destroys blocked exits to the next level, whereas prayers will summon a safe house within Sanctuary, a derelict haven from which you use to escape the Garbage Collector's purge, which occurs every 2 levels. Luckily, if you have prayed for enough houses, the chances of survival are pretty good. I did have to sit through it at least a couple of times before I fully understood its gameplay mechanics, but saying that, it doesn't mean to say that it wasn't fun. Personally, the enjoyment I felt from learning something new each time I played meant that I was beginning to understand it, almost like the penny had dropped. However, this game can get frustrating at times. Progression isn't saved and therefore has to be finished in one sitting. Also, there is a time limit in each area, which can be annoying to those who enjoy exploring the levels to take in more of the detail. Depending on how you feel about the retro style graphics, this is one game that will either have you in sheer delight or turn your head in the opposite direction. In this day and age of game engines rather than sprites, it is amazing what we can do nowadays and how far we have come to what most of us grew up with, and with a lot of indie developers opting for the retro styles, the look of the 16-bit graphics has firmly made a huge comeback. The style here may appeal to some older gamers and fans of Minecraft, incorporating the 3D aspect and utilising Unity's game engine to get the best out of both worlds, in particular those who appreciate the blocky Tetris style look or get a sense of nostalgia and warmth from the game's look, atmosphere and depth. There are some nice areas to explore and some great set pieces to appreciate, from the towns you visit to some of the minigames that occur from when you encounter enemies, and cutscenes are particularly pleasant to look at too. Although the App Store's version I've heard is troublesome, the controls on PC are easy in comparison, as there are only 6 buttons to remember, and if you've played any PC or Flash-based game ever, you'll be familiar with all of these. Aside to having to move the mouse occasionally, there are no complicated actions to perform, no tricks to learn, and for the more casual gamer out there, this is one game that won't take more than 30 seconds to master. The music is beautifully crafted to match the atmosphere and tone. Very much in the style of Japanese RPGs, the soundtrack is very impressive, and with a surprisingly broad and varied score, it gives the game its atmosphere and spirit. Although most of the pieces of music are nothing more than 30-second loops, it didn't detract from the overall ambience. There are a vast amount of games out there that will stay with you for a long time after you put it down. Whether or not this is one of them, that will be up to you to decide. I will say this, it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. For the thinkers out there, this could be a game, albeit a very short one, that they are looking for. But to be honest, you could find other arty-based games for free on the internet. It's down to you as gamers whether or not you should invest your time into this. Personally, I'm glad I picked it up for cheap on Steam, as I'm glad to have experienced it. I highly doubt this will be a game that will be remembered in generations to come, but nevertheless, I believe the developer wanted to create a piece of artwork that will stir some emotions and provoke some existential questions that we all have to ask about life, love, loss and death. Thank you for watching.